community is currently imploding in on itself, as allegations of sexual abuse have been tabled against prominent freedom community influencer Michael Griffith. Michael, the founder of the Cafe Locked Out show and the social media platform, was the target of a post from Erin Michelle after she shared a screenshot of a message to Cafe Locked Out that alleged that Michael Griffith groped several men and several women at an event in Melbourne. The post gained more views when Platform Melbourne shared it on the 13th of September, 2022. The event in question was the Deplorables Disco held on the 10th of July 2022 in Melbourne. Allegations of sexual misconduct by Michael Griffith have shocked the freedom community, with more and more people coming out to allege that they have been sexually assaulted by Michael Griffith. One prominent freedom movement member, who has been in touch with AFIPN, shared an allegation from a friend of hers that she was groped on the vagina, not once, but 3 times by Michael, and on each occasion she slapped him across the face. It is believed that many people witnessed Michael being slapped at the disco. Michael put out a public apology on the 17th of September. The video, which we have obtained a copy of, has now been taken down. In the video, Michael makes an apology, but many question the credibility and sincereness of the apology, as he deflected and downplayed the events, seeming to blame alcohol as the reason for his actions.
Okay, it's an interesting day. So I'm heading to the march now. At the moment, there's sexual allegations put up that sexually inappropriate with some women at the last Deplorables Disco, which was 2 months ago. The allegations have been put up by Joe from Platform One. He's one of the streamers in the freedom movement. He was a friend, I guess not a friend anymore. Yeah, it's... I don't really know what to do. Part of me just thinks, oh, well, I'm a man. If you get accused of sexual allegations, doesn't matter if you say you're innocent or guilty, basically everything's finished. And if I was in the theatre world, I'd probably just go quiet. But I'm a freedom fighter, so I'm going to continue to fight for freedom. So I'm going down to the march. People don't want to march with me. They don't want to talk to me. That's fine. I know I did. I was kissing one woman near the end of the night. We had a really good time. I really enjoyed it. I did also kiss another woman. I remember that we were going to have a date. It didn't happen, but we had a date. I did unfortunately grab some other woman's bum at some point. I don't remember it clearly, but I did. And if she's saying I did, then she did, and I am sorry for that. No one in 2 months has approached me at all personally. If they did, or if you would, I'd apologize to you. Unfortunately, usually I can keep my sexual drives under control when I'm sober, even though I love sex. And because I'm single now, I'm free game. And yeah, I especially love mature, feisty, strong women. And yeah, so fucked up, I guess. I'm really sorry. If that's going to see me see you all decide to bring down Cafe Locked Out, well, that's up to you guys. I'm going to keep going. If it finishes, it finishes. I don't know what else to do. Yeah. There's a yeah, you know, what can you do? Shit happens, and it's happened. I can't unhappen it, and I can only apologize to people who can come up to me and remind me what I did. I think one girl was called Natalie. I'm not sure who Natalie is, but if I see her at the march today, I'll apologise. Apart from that, it's up to you guys what you want to do. See you at the march.
The video has brought a quick response out from independent media outlet Gazcam, speaking out about the alleged behaviour and the poor attempt at an apology.
Right. Times like these, I wished I actually cleaned my glasses before I started, while I had a spare hand to do something about it. But anyway, we're here now. So this is a live that I'd rather not do, unfortunately. I don't know if you've seen things that have transpired over the last couple of days in relation to Cafe Locked and Michael Griffith. It's quite troubling. I've made a few calls and I've talked to a few people. I've talked to the people that are making the allegations, and they were quite offended that I said they were allegations, because these things did actually take place. If you've not seen what I'm talking about, you'll have to go to Cafe Locked page and see the video that Michael did. The video that he did, it was quite troubling just by itself. It's almost like an apology, but not sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You know, it's an admission of guilt in some instances as well. And why it's troubling for me, and why I feel like that I've got to talk up about this, is because whilst they were travelling through the Gold Coast, a complaint was made to me about this also. Something happened on the Gold Coast with a dear friend of mine. You know, the dear friend of mine wishes to remain anonymous, and so I won't mention who she is. She said that she's a strong woman and that she could handle it, but she also felt like, because of Michael's position, she felt that she'd been demeaned in some way and made to feel less, because his statement was, "Oh, you should sleep with me so you can tell everybody that you've slept with me." And you know, the advances, after rejected and told that she wasn't interested, kept on coming. And I think that is crap. You know, we've got this beautiful freedom community here, and we've got a few people that are in places of power now. They've become celebrities, I suppose, and they're using that that platform to, you know, to do these things. It's much like the rest of the world, really. So I'm a bit upset about that, because I don't want to see my sisters taken advantage of. You know, we're in a fight to try and get through and try to overcome what the world is actually doing to us. We don't need more crap within our community. You know, the other troubling thing that I'm witnessing in regards to this is the amount of people that are coming to his rescue. You know, the comments in his video justifying the things that he's admitting to. You know, it's absolute bullshit. Call all you idiots out. If, you know, that's not my tribe. You're not part of my tribe. I don't want to be part of your tribe. If that's the way that you want to treat people and justify actions of people that are actually in power in this community over people, over females, over women, over mothers and sisters. No, I'm calling this shit out. You know, I've not got a shiny history. You know, I've not got you know, I can quite honestly call myself a hypocrite when it comes to this crap. You know, as a young man, believe it or not, I was a male stripper working in the adult sex industry. I was very much a womanizer. I was very much somebody that partook of putting the opposite sex down in particular. But as a mature man, I know better now. This guy is a mature man. He should know bloody well better now. This is schoolyard bullshit. You know, have some respect. You know, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be blaming it on the alcohol. You shouldn't be blaming it on, you know, any situation that you're in. You should be well and truly in control of yourself by now. So upsetting. You know, we don't need setbacks in the freedom community such as this. We don't need people like that leading the freedom community like that either. I don't know what to do. As far as, you know, Michael, mate, you need to stop what you're doing. You need to take responsibility. You need to actually work on how you apologise for this. Because what you put out there was absolute horse crap. Yep, absolute horse crap. Anyway, I felt obliged to do this. I've been thinking about this for a long time now, because since the Gold Coast, and I'm not going to mention who it was on the Gold Coast, but she is a member of the freedom community that is actually fairly active and absolutely honourable, this woman, you know. So, you know, she told me not to say anything, but seeing that this is actually happening more outside of that situation, I now feel obliged to say this is, you know, the Plurables disco was not an isolated event. So I've said my 2 cents worth. I'm calling it out, mate. You got to stop. You got to repent for your ways. You got to change your idea on how you're conducting yourself. So disappointing.
All those who have spoken out publicly about the allegations have found themselves the victims of vicious attacks by members of the freedom community, who wish to silence them and protect Michael, turning a blind eye to behavior that they would condemn if a member of Hollywood or a politician was to act in the same way. Gazcam has been warned to shut up, whilst many other influential people within the freedom community remain silent over the allegations, further damaging the fragile reputation of the community in the public's eyes. One woman by the name of Mel Webster has come out and commented on Gazcam's video to talk about the night in question, saying that Michael's behavior at the disco was disgusting, to say the least. Mel went on to say that he showed zero respect to the women there that night, claiming that he put his hand on her back and slithered his hand down to her bum before she whisked herself away. She claims that he was doing it to all the women on the dance floor and acting as if he was a rock star, and they were all there to sleep with him. When Mel confronted Michael, it is alleged that Michael responded by calling Mel evil, and then saying vile things to a family member she was with. AFIPN has learned that a woman from the theatre community has also spoken to members of the freedom community about allegations that she was sexually abused by Michael, and she plans to come out about those allegations shortly. This was during Michael's theatre career before the COVID-19 outbreak. We have also heard allegations that Michael allegedly took advantage of vulnerable women he interviewed across the nation. There were also allegations made about the way in which Michael attempts to solicit money from his followers, including allegations that he expects donations to promote other freedom influences. There was also an alleged donation of $50,000 made to the cause. AFIPN has heard about the payment request from one particular influencer, who wishes to remain anonymous to date. AFIPN used to have a content relationship with Michael Griffith and Cafe Locked Out when we first launched. Michael wrote a series of articles for our media outlet, and would broadcast his show on our platform, with our reach of 160,000 followers and likes. When he broadcast on our platform, the software used gave him direct access to comment as our page, and he would continually push for donations using the AFIPN name, but the funds went to Michael in their entirety. When AFIPN was struggling financially, we discussed it with Michael, and he bragged to the founder of AFIPN how he had received a $50,000 donation from a wealthy woman, and that they raked the donations in. Michael went on to explain that the failure of AFIPN was that they had no individual face of the organization as the sales point, and that was why he got the donations, because the followers loved him. AFIPN has always been about the truth, the story and the news, and began to distance themselves from Michael and Cafe Locked Out at that stage. When AFIPN decided to finally stop the show on its platform, they were met with a threat from Michael that he would destroy AFIPN and turn all his followers against him. The founder of AFIPN decided under duress to continue to broadcast the show until such time that Facebook intervened and imposed major sanctions.